This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Gubba Rum, where it's handcrafted artisanal rum in amazing flavors like vanilla and coconut in a striking hand-painted bottle. You can get this at your local spirit store or order direct from them. You just go to gubbarum.com or 617-964-6299. That's Gubba Rum, America's newest handcrafted rum. And Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start that over.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You'll hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair, balls of Christ, dude.
Okay, and why, hello, my friends. You're listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on the website, which is edmoneylive.com, where it's real people, every real conversation about life. Normally, you can just hit all the links on this. Sorry about that.
That wasn't me.
I had a little bit of chili. It's just you hit all the links on the left-hand side, all the links on the right-hand side. Any way you can get a hold of us, like, share, subscribe. Tell the cat, the fish, the dog, your brother-in-law, your cousin-in-law, whatever it takes just to go.
Grandma who has never been on the interweb.
Right. Just have them click to like, share, and subscribe, because you're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
What's up? Even when I'm sleeping, I'm making money.
And who's all but left is right down here is Gary Underglass /Monk. If you go to the YouTube channel or the BitChute, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Yes.
The name is Monk.
And soon he'll be joining us. We'll probably have A1 Wayne will be joining in
when
on
he's done
this.
making his chicken pot pie.
He's making something, dude.
I will not.
Dude, speaking of chicken pot pie, this is off subject. I recently had. Have you ever had? Okay, remember the old chicken pot pies? First, they were regular little for the
pot
audience.
Pies?
Yeah, we used to get them. I think it was called Heritage House or Harvest House. Yeah, no. Yeah. And
it was at the mall next to Woolworths.
Yes. And you used to get pot pies, but it was just like a top layer of crust. And then
it was in like a ceramic
Yes,
thing
with
Yeah.
whatever goo inside, and then you could go buy those. And you used to be able to buy, and then they changed it where it was just the top layer, which I hated because I like crust all the way around it.
Just
And
like your underwear.
Yes, just like under, and I loved it because I'd make the pot pies, which I loved, and I always take two, the chicken and turkey, mix them together, and turn them upside down.
What,
So it
was
was
it
crust.
Christmas?
Didn't you? Wait, you didn't like pot pie? Seriously, did you
No,
like?
I never
chicken
said
pie?
I didn't like them, but I never mixed the chicken
Yes,
and the turkey
I would
together.
mix the chicken and turkey together. Well, recently I found that Campbell's has I don't know how they did it, but they have chicken pot pie in a can. You know what I mean? Look at Chuck's face. Yes, it's Campbell's
Crust
chicken.
and all?
I don't know. I haven't opened it up yet, but I got it sitting over on the counter. Yeah, you want me to go grab it? It's right over there on the counter. It's
No.
chicken pot pie in a can from Campbell's
Feathers.
with something. But you just made me think of that. That was the first time I got to try it. It's foods. Recently, I've been on this weird food like kick of trying different things. Some are good, some are bad, you know, and
But whether they're good or bad, you save them all. I'm going to put it in my pantry for 4 years.
what
It can only get better.
I recently started going through my pantry.
Oh, we were talking about this on the show that you posted today. We were talking about
Yes, I
your
did.
expiration date food.
It's
It's like you live in a bomb shelter that was just recently opened after 30 years. We found cans of soup
it's
from 1952.
Well, here's the thing. I'll buy. This is what really, really happens. I will say I go to the store and I like this thing. I found this chicken pot pie in can form.
Maybe if you made stovetop stuffing with it and poured it over the stovetop stuffing.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
That actually sounds really good now that you just said that. And I have a box.
That's how a fat guy's mind works. Now you heat up this can of stuff. Now pour it over the stovetop stuffing. It's gonna be amazing.
And this is funny you said that too. Stovetop stuffing is like I've been recently on this stovetop
stovetop stuffing.
Yes. I don't know.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I make homemade chicken pot pie and I use stovetop stuffing as the crust.
Is that not the best? I don't know why it's so good, but it's so stovetop stuffing is like the best. I don't know why. They have a turkey flavor too. That's really
They
good.
got turkey and chicken.
Oh,
I think that's
it's
all they have.
so good. I like that idea, but I get these crazy things. These I'm at the store and I'll see
That's
stuff,
what I'm here for, Ed.
especially at Big Lots or at
Cans are all dented. They're on sale.
They're bulging.
10 for $1.
And I'm sold.
that
They might have been in a fire and cooked in the can, but they're still good.
Some of them
no.
are green because they're
No.
surplus from
Well,
1957.
okay, wait. Bring me back to the cans that are bulging. But so I tried these other things. I got the chicken pot pie, and I really like your idea, which I'm going to use.
Did you try a can of the chicken pot pie yet or no?
No, I just got
okay,
it.
okay.
I just got it, and I just thought, well, you know,
I almost want you to. Did you only get one can?
Yeah. No, wait.
Open it,
yeah, I think
open
one
it up and heat it up.
Nah, I can't do it.
Let's watch you turn green live on air.
No,
Yeah, pause the video.
No, it would take too long. It just because I don't microwave
have a-
stuff like that. I put it in the.
You've got
not gonna
13
change the flavor
microwaves
of
right
that,
behind
Ed.
you. You won't even have to turn the camera off.
Oh my God. But another thing I just decided to try is this kettle cooked Maui barbecue
Does
chips.
it have like sweet onions? Sweet onions and maybe some barbecue or chili?
Yeah, it is something like that. Have you had it?
On. No, I've had other Hawaiian kettle,
You
or
have?
kettle
I don't
chips.
know. Have you? This is the first
And
time.
they had sweet onion and they were really good, but you can't find them
Yes.
anywhere.
This is.
And they give you a stank ass breath.
They do. I'm not going to deny that either.
Might be a deterrent in your dating skills.
When you know it's bad when you smell your own breath.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you ever I've been times that I wake up in the POD and
Crying.
you wake up like you're laying in bed and you go, you know, like you're just making them, and it smells like raw ass. You know what I mean? Like really, like just you've never had butt breath before.
I'm sure I have, but it's never smelled like raw ass. Dude, when you describe bad breath in the morning, it reminds me of when you were younger and you'd go out and drink like a bottle of schnapps and wash it down with Budweiser, and you throw up all night, and then when you finally do fall asleep and wake up the next day, you're like, "What is that smell? What is that?" And then you realize it's your breath.
It's me.
Yes, isn't that the worst?
I don't feel so good.
It's the truth that, you know, and
when you brush your teeth and your mouth tastes like peppermint vomit.
What's the worst is too, I've recently, you know, I got to watch with my
high cholesterol and low sex drive.
No, not the high cholesterol and low sex drive. I've got huge sex drive and just
yeah, but not with a partner.
I gotta figure out how to take that boing sound and play it backwards.
Oh god! Oh, for the audience too, that if you're on go to the YouTube channel, A1 Wayne he's
finally
right below me. He just popped. Oh, now he just moved to that side.
Hi, Wayne.
Yeah, he just came in. Wayne, we were just talking about. Have you ever had like bad breath that's so bad that you smell your own bad breath?
A couple times, sure. Yeah.
And Chuck said it was after drinking peppermint schnapps and
then
Budweiser.
Washing it down with Budweiser, and you throw up all night, and then you wake up the next day and you're like,
luckily I have poor sense of smell and taste.
Dude, it's the worst, dude.
No.
Thank goodness the COVID took it away.
It's a God-given talent.
Yeah, no, it is. Like there's times that I'll have heinous breath and not realize because that's
we
terrible.
know when you do.
What does that mean? Because that's
it's
the
like
worst.
you ate a bag of Funyuns before you stopped by.
I can smell you through Zoom. That's bad.
Is that my mic? What is that?
It's so bad you actually have to take the flakes off your screen because you're like there's something on the screen.
Right? I think the times that I really notice is like when a filling comes out. Like if I lost a filling, it smells like
just sits in there and festers.
Dude, that's okay. Yeah. That's what I was going to get. I've had that where
you got that stinky gum hole.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I constantly have to work on it because what happens is this really happens. It's terrible for an audience. It's out there. And
like a watermelon seed will get stuck in there.
Watermelon seed. No. No, I've had like I got to watch. It's certain foods like
Turkey club.
any lettucey stuff. Anything like roast beef, it gets caught way in the back in the hole. The
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. No, the dry socket.
Play-Doh. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. And what will happen is
M&M. You thought you regrew a tooth.
A peanutty tooth.
Isn't it a fulfilling feeling like I've had where like the filling fell out or a tooth broke and stuff gets in there and you gargle and stuff and some comes out. But if you get like, I have some dental like picks. If you pick out and you get like a whole bite of steak or like, it's so satisfying to dig out like some big whole thing.
Dude, wow. Listen to this. I used to work at a factory when I was younger, and there'd be a guy that would come in there and like in the morning and brush and floss his teeth. And when he was flossing, he would suck the food off the floss.
Oh yeah. You don't want to waste that.
Yes, he'd be in the mirror doing this. And we're all just like, oh my God.
Yeah, just slide it off the string like
rock candy
shish kebab, like pulling shish kebab off a stick. The beef. Yeah.
Beef kebab.
But it's on floss.
Yeah, it would be so foul.
No. See, that's the thing. And I'd
be mad because he didn't share the beater. You know what I
mean? Did it look like the popcorn you used to string for Christmas?
Except it was it looked like boiled chicken on it.
This was
boiled chicken is white.
Yeah, but it's usually pink because there's a little blood from his gum.
Are those Pepto-Bismol tablets? That's chicken and blood.
See, that's the thing I was going to say is that there's been times like Wayne said that I get stuff and you go and no matter, and it's because it's so far back in my dry socket area that I have to use a toothbrush. Like, I don't know how many times.
Like daily?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
Are you like, God, that had to be from like a couple days ago because I haven't had like whatever it was.
Like a whole pepperoni from pizza.
Yeah.
Maybe you should keep like gummy bears or Bitto honeys on hand so you
No.
can bite onto it.
Oh no,
That
no,
was
pull it out.
Taco
No.
Tuesday.
no, I don't. See, I have a fear. Wayne kind of mentioned it. Is part of. I was going to ask you about the brushing. Is I brush? Do you brush besides brushing daily? How many times do you brush in a day? I was going to ask that. I brush several times.
I'm twice.
No,
That's how you give.
1 to 3, depending on
Right. Okay. Because
Depending on what he
when I
eats,
eat, yeah,
If it's like Funyuns.
morning and night. So yeah,
Right.
at least 2.
at least 2. Okay. Good. Yeah. Right. And that's what I'm saying because the food. But I've noticed this. Like I'm purging. Okay, I'm purging and sharing. That say it's a day.
Don't worry. We'll let you know.
Well, there's a day off, like say my day off, I'll wake up and I'll get involved with certain things, like with my mom, help
Like
my
watching
mom, whatever.
porn or
No, not watching porn, but I get
and
involved
you can't find the right scene to
in
get you to the
trying
finish
to
line.
clean the POD, stuff like that.
And general hygiene takes a back seat.
Dude.
That's
I'm
what you're
not
going
gonna
for.
lie.
Right. Okay.
It's been like noon
Yes.
o'clock, and I'm like, maybe I should finally brush my teeth.
Right. See. Okay. I'm not
Get that
feeling.
Scrape
right.
off that pudding skin.
Yeah, it's like a fruit roll up on your tongue. You're like,
Yeah.
This is what I was going to say is that so I get involved in things. Next thing you know, it's like 3 o'clock. You know what I mean?
it's a little excessive.
Yeah. So it's gone. The
Yeah.
day's gone by, and then you do that.
You get that. You're still
Yeah,
sitting there in your
yeah,
bathrobe, and the
yes.
smell is
Yeah.
wafting off your nuts onto you.
Right. You do that.
That bed funk nut odor.
You're like, I don't need to brush. I just kind of wipe it with the towel. Like, there.
It's
It's
got a
smooth
cotton
again.
ball.
It's smooth again. I mean,
Pieces of cotton ball, and it all
We've all
shreds,
done
and
it.
looks like paper
No.
mache,
You do
fiberglass that hasn't been sanded.
when you do that, and there's this weird texture on your teeth. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's plaque or it's plaster or what, but you go, and there's this weird thing. So I'll go to brush, and I've had to say it's now the time goes on. I get involved, whatever. Say
So
past
it's like
3
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Say it's 6 o'clock, and I go. I'm like, oh God, I forgot to brush this because number one, anytime I leave the house, I brush before I leave.
Thank God most people do.
Okay, I feel vindicated. So I brush before I leave. So that's my reminder. Like when I go to work, whatever, as I get ready to leave, make sure I brush my teeth. So
Don't forget to brush your teeth, Ed.
right. So I do. I do.
Gleam.
And I get ready. I do. That's my thing. So if I don't leave the house, it's a day off, and I'm involved in the house doing whatever, laundry, whatever. You're just a home day. I forget to brush my, like Wayne said, hygiene gets tossed to the back of the seat, So, and then when I realize that, I've eaten 2 meals,
Right.
And see, I'm not one of those guys. My brother is. He'll brush his teeth in the shower, which to me is disgusting. That's
In the morning to save
so
time, I do.
disgusting. Are you kidding me?
Why? I don't
fun to
spit it on
rinse.
I don't spit it on myself. I spit it in the drain.
Don't you go? It just goes all over me because
it's
of
kind of
the-
like shaving in the shower. It's kind of a freedom. Like you just
How do you do that? I don't know how you could shave.
You've
in
never
the shower.
brushed your teeth in the shower?
Never. I have never brushed my teeth ever in the shower.
you
I'll
have
tell
a homework assignment.
no.
Well, here's the deal, Ed. If Wayne when he's working days, Gary when he's working days, me when we're working days, I get up and my alarm goes off
I
at
work
3:30. Yeah, well, there's a difference. I get up at 3:30. I have to
Right.
leave the house by 4:30. So
Right.
I have to get up, shower,
Yeah,
brush my
shit, shower,
teeth.
shave.
eat breakfast, and get out the door.
Right.
All in an hour.
So you combine it all. Are you in the shower drinking coffee?
I'm drinking
brushing
coffee in the
teeth?
shower, brushing
You're
my
like
teeth.
making eggs,
Shitting.
all in the shower at the same time.
No, I get up, brush my
Becky's
teeth in the
hand is in there
shower.
washing him.
His tie on.
in the shower. Yeah, no, so I gotta cut corners where I can. Like right now, I already have my sandwich made for tomorrow, and my clothes out for tomorrow.
No,
I just have to cut corners.
I get
One of
that.
them being brush my teeth in the shower.
I get that. It's not.
I mean,
like,
if I had the luxury
Right.
of waking up at 9 and moseying in at noon,
Right.
like someone,
it's
then
not quite like that. It's not quite like that. But yeah, so
9:30.
it's no. So I've done it where I'm brushing, and then all of a sudden, like Wayne says,
another tooth falls out like Brundlefly.
no, I've gotten like it's so sad because there's days that there's something caught, and it because it's all the way in the back behind the molar, I can't like do that. I actually have gotten like lockjaw where my tongue has gone so far back it kind of got caught.
I could touch my uvula with my tongue.
Who
You
does
can?
that? That's you're lucky you
Wow.
don't choke yourself to death.
Fun.
Your tongue
Wow.
roll down your throat and you'll just start
Yep, there it
gagging.
is.
You busy this weekend?
Can I touch your uvula with my tongue?
Yes.
Ah.
No, so it's satisfying, like you said, to finally brush, and when it pops out, that whatever it is, I have had.
Do you save it in a jar?
No,
You might be canning your
Euphoria.
stinky gumhole funk.
no,
Saving it for a rainy day.
No, I've done it where stuff will pop out, and I go, whew, and I spit
Oh,
it
that was a
into-
good one.
And then you play tooth or food.
Yeah. Dig through it a little.
and it has been like it's been sat in my mouth, like the juices are going, and it's clear, like the meat would be clear, or like.
Oh, that is definitely different. You'd know if it was your tooth because that would be yellow.
No, no, but I don't like you said the gum or something like that. I have a fear because this over here is a crown, and
crown.
I am deathly afraid that the crown will come off. You know what I mean? And
It could
it'll expose that frickin' vampire tooth.
That little black
Yeah.
nub.
And it'll smell like King Tut's tomb. Oh, it's
An
the
exhumed
worst.
body where the
Like,
coffin filled with water.
Whoever
they have to-
discovered it will die of a
that's
curse.
horrible. Yeah.
You've had that happen then, where the thing
Yeah.
popped off. Did you swallow it?
I've heard tale of that.
My
Yes.
crown came off and it was porcelain on the outside
Yeah.
and gold underneath. And the porcelain started to crack and the porcelain fell off to where I just had the gold part. And I was
So
like,
you look like a pimp?
well, it was way in the back. Yeah. Yeah. I had like a side grill. It's
So-
way in the back. And
Everybody
it was just
started calling you like Silky.
oh, yeah. Instantly everything changes.
You go outside, his car is a Cadillac. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. It's like, wow.
And there's all kinds of hookers in it.
Yeah.
He was like Dr. Detroit. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
So and then it apparently it must have had a loose spot under the cap because then the tooth started getting problems underneath, and I didn't know
like
it.
water
and then
got
when
in
the,
or something?
Then when the metal part came off, it had the little, it had the Mount St. Helens
Round
after.
down nub.
Yeah, it had just a nub, and it was pretty horrible. Yeah, he's like, well, we can't save it, but you have time, and just like 2 weeks ago, it broke in half, but it has a root canal, so you can almost pull it out yourself, and it doesn't.
Why
even
not?
hurt. Like
Oh,
he's like, you
it's
don't have
just-
to worry
yeah,
about it. I
root
mean,
canal.
if it's not bothering you, it's not bothering me. I'm like, there's a.
Does it
stigma
look
of
like the
having
inside
that.
of a good and plenty just stuck in there?
It looks like it looks like in the Grand Canyon, those tabletop mountain, the rock formations.
Close
Where it's like-
encounters at a third.
Like, how
kind
is that standing up on its
Devil's
own?
Peak.
This is
You're
one
waiting
of
for
those
some
things.
dumb kid to come try and
Yeah.
knock it over.
The
Yeah,
Devil's
it needs
Tower.
like a 2x4. Yeah, exactly. There's a couple 2x4s on the one side to hold it up.
That's some rope.
Yeah, but that's what I have going right now. So I have to get in there, and I have two.
Are they going to do a
crowns that have to be
dental
installed.
implant, or are they going to give you just
I'm
nothing?
going to do the implant. I don't want to mess with the one tooth
What
on
cup
either
size you
side.
getting?
I'm thinking like a comfortable, a big B, small C.
Oh, that'll look nice on you.
Yeah, just a little
Do
something.
they? Wait a minute. You say an
that one
implant?
implant extra.
Yeah, they
white.
put here's what they do. Here's what they're going to do.
He's
They
got an
pull your
extra
tooth.
row.
They remove the tooth. And they in the hole so that they don't just leave it grow and heal and then put whatever in.
No,
they implant
screw into it.
ground up bone.
Wait a minute.
They open it up. They put bone graft in there and they sew it up, and it comes out and it's grainy. Every once in a while, you'll get a little bit out, but it'll take and it forms bone in that gap. Otherwise, your teeth would collapse to that region and maybe cause a fault in your jaw.
So your
other problems.
teeth will be crooked.
Right, they could. So to sustain that, they fill it with a bone graft, and then they go back after like 6 weeks or whatever when it takes, and they would insert a screw with a snap, like an end on it that will accept like a female and adapt like a tooth. It's like a male post, and that they would structure the tooth to fit in between there and everything, and then they put that
screwed
on
into your gum.
Pretty permanent. Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah,
and then
you just can't chew ice.
That's it. So the great thing about it is each tooth is from beginning to end probably close to $5,000.
What?
How many do you have to do?
I'm not kidding. I have to have two.
Insane money.
Yeah, and I have another. I could put like 20 grand into my mouth right now. Like,
and dentistry is expensive as
it's
all get out. I even have dental insurance, and it's still expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
just like my crown alone was $1,300.
Oh, see, that's a good price. Try it now. That must have been a while ago, right?
It was like 5 years ago, maybe.
And I'm afraid of
you're looking at
sticky.
like 2,200.
Really?
Right now, just to have the one tooth removed and a bone graft put in and walk out the door, it was like 1,200.
Dude, I'm gonna get
that's
a 3D
little
printer
high.
And some super glue.
Yeah,
I just
a 3D printer. That's why I want one.
I'm carving my own.
I'm doing rainbow teeth.
Gary's making wooden teeth.
Every time you smile, it makes everybody want Lucky Charms.
No. See,
thank God it's not in the front. I'm good there.
See, when I had this done, I'm afraid when I had this one done, the crown done, that the guy said your mouth is symmetrical. So whatever's happening in your mouth here usually happens on the other side. Like I had a fissure where the tooth, instead of anal, instead of it breaking in this direction, it kind of split like this, and so he had to take it. They had to take it out, and they filed it down. Which, dude, I had nightmares over this stuff, which I've talked about for the audience on previous shows. Maybe I'll regurgitate it. Yeah, it is. Yes,
I'm like, I used to ask for gas for cleaning. I'm serious. I'm not even joking, and they would give it to me.
You're serious?
Times of change. No, because the anxiety. Like I would get up from the chair, and it was wet. That's from just a cleaning. Oh, my fear of the dentist is like no
really.
Other, so.
Is it a white coat syndrome?
But it's gotten better with the
dentist
I have now. The dentist I have now is very comforting. Here's what we're just gonna take a little. Did you feel that? You feel that?
You're kidding.
Let me know if you feel that. Oh, he's just like talks you through it. He's like,
now close your hand tighter.
It's almost like Bob Ross is a dentist.
You're kidding? No,
these are some little itty bitty.
Now, for the audience,
no, but he's very comforting, and he's actually a friend of ours. So
is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, for the audience,
Doc Iliff rules.
Is that who it was?
Iliff, yeah, he's right downtown Amherst. He's great.
Yeah, that
the old party shop.
It's across from. It's like where Al's used to, that white front, like
by the tattoo
next to a short alley that goes to the cinema.
Yeah,
right there, that white shutters and grayish.
Yeah,
but he's amazing, amazing. Yeah.
See, I for the audience, many shows ago, I talked about going to my dentist, which was a torture for me. Which I'll sooner or later will regurgitate the story.
But he doesn't do the big stuff.
But the thing that I went to him is he had really hot, what are they called? Dental hygienists?
Dental hygienists.
Yes, really hot ones, which was great.
They all quit right after.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
The problem with that is, Ed, it's deductive reasoning to look at. The only time you're there is you're not usually there when you're at your best.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because you have some sort of
talking shit
major
about you.
Major decay or smell coming out of your face.
No,
they're like, oh,
hey,
here's a
what's
guy
up?
whose tongue smells like it took a shit.
Yeah, but they get used to
I'm wearing a shield and a mask
no,
in front of you.
With Vicks Vapor Rub under my nose.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's funny too, because they would have the shield and shit would be split
on their
I bet it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming out of his pants.
They have that cadaver gel they wipe on their lip so they can't smell. Yeah.
Good.
Hey, when you're done wiping my bone off your face mask, let's talk.
Can I get your digits? Because you got
Yeah.
part of mine.
Yeah.
No, but the one thing that I probably talked, I can't remember, is you were saying when I had the crown, so I'm fearful, and that's why I don't chew gum. I don't do.
What kind of crown did you get? Like a super duper cheap one made out of like recycled paper?
Ivory.
You can chew gum.
Whale tooth, whale bone. Well, wait a minute. Is there ivory in a whale? Or
Yeah.
It's just is whale bone.
I don't know.
there?
Is it whale
I think-
bone?
I don't think it's ivory, but it's sought after. Like, I don't know.
Maybe they have
I thought-
tusks.
What's the tooth?
I know
Whale-
whale vomit is sought after.
I think it's the tooth that they do the scrolls on. They
maybe.
etch 'em
I don't
and
know.
stuff.
Yeah,
But
I know
anyhow,
what you're talking
like
about.
the tusks.
I know
Yeah.
people pay like
Motherfucker to
millions
get
for
those
whale
teeth.
vomit.
Anyhow, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what yours is made out of.
Whale vomit.
No. So the thing that got to me, that's why I don't eat the candy. I really very selective on the candy because my fear is I'm afraid I'll crack this side, and then it's all she wrote. Because
You
it
got to go
cost
through it all again.
It cost me about Wayne's not kidding, about $2,700 for this one, and they allowed me to make payments, which was great.
Well, I mean, who's
What
got
do you laugh?
who's got $2,700 that they could just be like, here you go.
Right?
Yeah.
What's Gary laugh? I had a coupon. No, but
Listen, I know a dentist that'll do it for $50 and a 12-pack of Bud Light. He's not a
Groupon.
man. He does it mobile.
Yeah, he comes to
Go
your
around
house.
your house. Don't worry, it's clean for the most part.
A mobile that would be. Oh,
no,
In a
I know.
Dodge Caravan.
can you imagine? A mobile dentist.
I'm gonna take it to my desktop, but don't worry, we're
Yeah.
gonna do this root canal out of the way.
Right.
It'll be all right.
It's gonna get a tire rotation and a filling at the same time.
Yeah.
No, but the thing that I remember that was all it was. I know I did. I don't remember talking about it because we talked about many things. Again, I'll regurgitate it, audience. So look it up. If not, sooner or later in the future, we'll redo this whole story. But the thing that got me was when they did the impression. Is that the right word for?
Yeah.
Because what they did,
So they can make the tooth kind of match the one in your mouth.
This is where it's fucked up, right?
Was it like
yes.
3 inches too long so you couldn't shut your mouth? Hey. So,
Just
Get the
put some big
schniggle
old
tooth.
things in there. Yeah.
it looks like a Lego on its side.
Yeah. Did you ever see something about Mary when that Dylan
his-
gets those teeth?
You got the
They're
veneers.
huge. Oh, they're huge. They're big.
It's molar.
Yeah.
No, well, the thing, the thing was that it. First of all, I was very tortured because I had such anxiety. I don't see. I used to have white. Do you call that white coat syndrome, where you're a fear of doctors or? And it's not that
I
dentists.
don't have any fear of that.
It's see. I had flashbacks for the people, which I'll real quick touch on because I know we talked about this. Is the dentist that I used to go to? I'll say him. He's passed on. Was his last name was Maraldi? All right, was the dentist that we used to go to. This for the audience. Believe it or not, all of us here are over 50. So
it's hard to believe by looking at us, right?
And this is where our fear came from.
No,
Go ahead, Ed.
no, right. This isn't a joke. When we would go, because we had a big family, so my dad, we was 10 of us. He would make us all go, and it was like a day's event, like because the dentist, because there's so many of us.
Some people go to Cedar Point or
right.
the Natural History Museum. And
Right.
Dad
You go to
took him
the dentist, they have that rotating little turnstile thing.
Turnstile, yes. Because
Is this a story where your sister went in first and came out, and I think we heard a little bit of this.
That part I'm just going to tell I'm just going to cap on this part for the audience. I'll just touch this. It was so big because our family, we would literally take the day off of school because with 10 kids, each one taking 20 minutes, do the math. It's a long time. So my mom and dad were like, okay,
Did you take 3 cars?
my mom and dad literally would put a cooler in the car because
After you get your teeth cleaned, you get to go outside and select one sandwich from the cooler.
Because we were
choice.
It's not a joke. We really did because there was so many of us. It would take so long. We're like, oh God, it's gonna go to the dentist. I hate it. Great, but we would go there, and the dentist for our age group. My dentist, Dr. Maraldi, would smoke and drink in his office. All right. Like you would go in and he would have a glass with ice and whiskey and a cigarette or a cigar in the thing.
Did he
and
also do like Civil War amputation?
then he would work on you. It was the
70s.
craziest thing, you know? So,
70s were all about.
So I had a total fear of that. And there was one time when I was a kid that, you know, when kids, you guys, both these guys below me, Gary Underglass and A1 Wayne, they've got kids, so they understand this. Like when your kid gets a loose tooth, did you you never pulled your kid's tooth, have you?
No.
Okay, did you let it come out naturally? Go to the dentist and have the dentist.
Yeah, I had him wiggle it until it was whatever, but I never grabbed it and
To the
pulled it
point
out.
where it's like going,
Yeah, it's like
hanging on by that
he's like,
one.
Yeah, he's like, look, and he's like,
What?
takes his tongue and spins it around in a circle, and it's hanging there by a chicken wing.
But he's afraid to pull it. Dude, we all did that when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know, you're like, is it gonna fall out?
Yeah. Yeah, like when he's chewing, it's getting in the way. Like, come on, just pull
He's
on
like
it.
actually biting it.
He did, yeah, he did pull it, and it did. You know, it bled for a second, but
Right.
you know,
Did he sit there and look at it for like 15 minutes?
and they're all proud. They're like, "Oh my god, look!" And you're supposed to be like, "Oh look, it's awesome." You take it, you put it in a Ziploc bag. He brings it back, and it had like a big hunk of meat hooked to it. Still, he's like, "Look," and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." Here, let's put it in some type of biohazard bag and put it under your pillow so that I could forget and try to make up an excuse.
And then they
I'll
smile.
blame it on the elf on the shelf.
they smile at you, and you can do the blood.
Oh,
is
yeah,
just still shooting out with every heartbeat. No, it's
Quick, get some starch.
some
That's an arterial bleed
Yeah,
when you get the heartbeat.
the thing that the
You gotta
medics
put a
would
chip
use.
clip on it and take him to the hospital. No, this is normal. This is normal.
But yeah,
Yeah, so we had this dentist that would drink, and so that started. And then I went in one time when I was a little kid. My mom's like, "Well, I just can't. The tooth won't come out." I mean, she's like punching me, and the tooth won't come out.
That's because she didn't like you.
So we went in, and the dentist had, I'm sure they were sterilized grip, but I'd swear it said Craftsman on the handle that he just
Oh, they
went
might. I mean,
and
maybe.
ripped out with no Novocaine, no nothing. He's like, "Oh, this one," and just
no, the one next to it.
yeah. Novocaine was
still
an
good.
option. Novocaine was an option that cost a lot.
He's
And I
Wayne's
remember
not kidding.
getting stuff done without it.
Right.
Like
Wayne
a last
isn't
ditch
kidding.
effort. That's where my fear came from. Like I had cavities filled with no Novocaine.
That's
You're a bad MFer because I was
insane.
just gonna say you can feel the drill on your tooth.
Oh, I could feel it down my spine and the bottom of my feet.
Oh my God! Yes, that's insane. And the thing so that started my white coat syndrome.
Then you can smell it burning. That burning smell.
Oh, you could see it.
Yeah, it's like there's
Smoke
smoke coming out
rising.
of my mouth.
You know, and we had this other doctor.
Had a
This
dull bit.
even
Ed's
the
doctor got the cigar. He's digging in.
ashes were falling into my mouth as he's working on me.
We
He
use that for
used-
packing when it's done.
He used my mouth as the ashtray. He just flicked some of the ashes in there.
That's why Ed has that,
He did.
that
Dr.
abuse
Roman.
fetish.
And we had. Go ahead.
It was absolute hell. And then,
Yes.
and then when you go through this full trauma, I mean, I'm sweating blood. I got bone chips and teeth and in my mouth. But you know what? You walk out and guess what? You
Get a sucker.
You get a sticker out of the caboose that he had in the office. Anyone you want. And I had to go to my knees so that I wouldn't pass out by leaning over at 8 years old just to choose a sticker. No. Just one. Like,
You have this roll of
you know?
5,000. I'm pretty sure you're good.
I feel like, like you said, I was just patched up on the battlefield and I get a sticker. Take any one.
They use
Just
it.
I don't want the rainbow. I want the.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
frowny face.
the war movies where they would tear the stuff and put it on the wound? That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Wayne's got it all. This
Yeah.
one, like
He's got a tampon sticking out of his gum hole.
Yeah, he's like, he'll be fine. Just don't lean over. No. Keep pressure on it.
because you're getting woozy when you lean over.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Here, Wayne. Here's some raspberries.
right. And
Could you imagine those seeds?
And I had this other doctor, and this is the thing too. Again, we're talking, 6, 7, so I would have been 7, so maybe 1974, right in that time frame.
Yeah, you would have been 7 and 74.
Yeah. But in the time, I had this family doctor, and I swear to you, you can look this stuff up on YouTube. That I had our family doctor, and he's long since passed too. He delivered me. His name was Dr. Adair, and this doctor, we would go to his office, and I had like, what is it? Soldiers have PTSD. Is that what I would have that because. This guy he was always a surprise artist because my mom knew we had fears of shots and all these other things because the doctor, he wasn't that good. I didn't think he was that good. You know what I mean?
You know, you were 7.
Well, because of this is anytime a doctor says, whoops, in the middle of things.
Oh, shit.
And has the sound of a beer can opening. Yes, that's not a good sign. And what this doctor would do when he would give us shots, because they could drink in their office while they're
you can smoke on an airplane. So I mean,
yes, yes, you could smoke on an airplane. There was one time, not me, but it was either my brother or my sister, where he broke the needle in their arm, like he did it and went.
Did they run?
Yeah, because they twitched. No, he did. He broke.
Oh, that was the story. Yeah.
They twitched, and it snapped the needle. You know, he snapped the needle.
Sure, a pair of tweezers, you'll be all right. Get it out of there.
Yeah, get with your teeth. like you would a
nice
splinter.
Craftsman.
Yeah.
Right, the Craftsman pliers. Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay, I just want to say for the audience listening, the show that Ed uploaded today, we were talking about Wayne's going into the bathroom at Myers and finding the turd. Because we talked about splinters on that show
Turd,
too.
Ohio.
I was literally laughing so hard I couldn't do my job at work today.
So go back to that show.
Damn turd story.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's 6:04.
I literally stopped what I was doing. It was doubled over laughing.
Yes.
Because of this damn shit story.
It's audience
Sorry,
members.
just
Look
reminded me of that because we talked about splinters.
6:04. So check that out, audience members.
Yeah,
and also look it on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Click on all the appropriate things. So what this damn doctor did is Dr. Adair would do this weird thing where we were 7, I was 7, so he would look at us and then he would talk to us.
Hey, Ed, go down to the store and get me a 12-pack of Bud Light. Here's a note. They'll sell it to you.
Right. And then he would always say, hey, what's that? And then, your natural instinct as a kid is to turn, and then he'd hit you with a needle. And that's why we'd always twitch, because he would trick us like some war soldier, you know what I mean? And I would have these things because I tell my mom, we're going to the doctor. So you're always on the lookout of what he might do to you, because it was just that thing. So I developed
you just never knew.
Never knew. Well, and I got stories about it, the things that he did to me. And anyways,
wow.
No way, that came out wrong.
Another time.
Save that for another show. So, but what the thing with this dentist that I was going to get to is when this crown got done, and I still have this fear. That's why I'm real gentle when I even now I'm real gentle, because was it Gary? Someone said it's inevitably going to come out.
I was just going to say it's coming.
Don't tell me that.
Like when I ride roller coasters, I keep my mouth shut, my teeth like this.
You afraid your teeth will come out, or what?
No, I don't want my crown to like have my teeth do this, because roller coasters are rough.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Your teeth will chatter while you're in.
Well, if your mouth is open, you're like.
That's the main reason you would break it. Yeah.
So you
contact.
I almost want to get a mouth guard for roller coasters, so I can be like.
Yeah. Just get full football helmet and everything.
Yeah. Let's go
in the front.
Saw what happened to Fabio. He didn't have a helmet on. Broke his nose.
I have actually thought about buying a mouth guard when I sleep. I'll come back to the tooth in a second. Yeah. I think it's not that I grind my teeth. I think I've talked to you about
It's so cold down there.
It's a great noise.
I'm not chattering like I'm cold, but but the thing is, I'll come back to the tooth. Have I talked to you about lucid dreaming before or no?
Yes.
Okay, that lucid dreaming thing, in my dreams, I think I can fly, or I can, as long as I realize it, I can control things. So what I'll do is I concentrate a lot. So when I've woken up like this, like I was concentrating and about aneurysming because I was concentrating so hard in my dream that it woke me up. And I'm gritting like, ugh. That's why I thought about buying a mouth guard, which they said will also help with snoring, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
I don't know about that.
They claim it does, but I have no idea.
Well,
they make these ones that keep your mouth open. It's like a V-shaped mouth guard.
It's like 4 forks all bent with a strap around the back.
So you're not snoring because you're really not sleeping. So
4 forks.
They're all bent and like hooks, and they got a big rubber band around the back of your head.
No,
it looks like kind of like the Scorpions album cover,
Exactly.
but
Right,
It's
no.
not for your eyes.
No,
Like
I
a
just
night brace.
right. But the only
Remember those?
also the thing I thought about too is, will you swallow it, or do you have to buy the ones with the baby thing on? You know, like the big.
You better hope
You're
you
gonna
just
swallow a
solve the
mouth
problem
guard?
because when that little disc in your temporal mandibular joint drops, you're gonna fucking hate life. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's when your jaw goes up into your skull.
TMJ. Yeah.
There's a little disc up in there. That's like the padding, so that when your jaw moves up and down, blah 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 whatever. But that thing pops and fucking drops, and that's what the tense fucking bullshit you're going through at night.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing. It's stretching these tendons that hold your jaw, and once they stretch and loosen up, that disc falls out. You're gonna love life.
I'm gonna get some super glue.
You think that crown's expensive?
Oh God. See, well, this is what
I
happened.
have to get a string on it, so he's like,
Charlie McCarthy.
You shove your arm up his ass and make his jaw.
No. Well, I'll come back to this crown. That is so. This is so. When I went to this dentist, and it was
we
because
were just touching base on this.
I'm sorry, but
It's a big base.
it's a big base. This is the thing I know I didn't talk about is when they formed that thing, they use this weird. It's I don't know what you call it. Maybe Wayne can, because you had it done. This gel stuff they put into your mouth that quick forms the shape of your tooth.
That's not a crown. That's just like repairing a tooth or something.
no,
Put
The
like a
impression where
sleeve around
they
it,
mold your teeth,
fill it up.
and then they build the tooth from your mold, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about when they take
that amalgamate, the rubbery goo. It's like
Yes.
shove in your mouth.
Oh,
is
when
that
they do a mold
expanding
of
foam
your
stuff
teeth.
they insulate
and
houses
pull it
with?
out, and it's
No,
like
they
a
don't
big-
insulate my house.
Yeah, they're like
It's
bite
the
down
negative
and
mold.
it goes down your throat almost. Blech.
That's what I was going to get
It's
at.
actually a
I
lot
see.
better now than it used to be.
It was this
yeah.
weird. He did this. He did this A-B part thing, and he mixed it, and then he
An
goes.
epoxy.
He said, "Don't swallow." All right, you know.
Whatever you do, don't swallow.
Yeah.
It's a
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And
okay.
don't tell your parents.
Well, that's after he woke up from the anesthesia.
Where am I?
Red Roof Inn.
What was that hotel in Elyria? They used to have cameras in every room, and you could watch the other rooms.
No, what?
Slumber Inn.
No, the Coachman, a Coach Light.
I
Coach Light.
never heard of
Coach Light.
that.
Oh yeah, that was it used to be the Knights Inn or something.
Wait
It was
a
right by
minute.
50. It was right by
Wait a second.
113 and 57,
57
maybe.
and one. Yeah, that all those right there are just.
Oh, those are all winners.
They used to have cameras in every room. They got busted for it. This is like years ago, like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They had cameras in every room, but you could change the channel on your TV and look at the other rooms.
I never heard of
Yeah.
that. Wait a minute.
awesome.
That sounds like something right out of Playboy Penthouse Forum. It
Yeah,
can't
that was like
be
a long
real.
time. I can't remember the name of it, but I just remember it was just like a rundown shithole.
Well, yeah,
I know the Slumber Inn was right there.
Comfort Inn, yeah, the right
Comfort,
there.
whatever.
Yeah, it was Comfort
it
Inn.
was southwest corner.
Yes.
No,
And
this wasn't that.
See, anytime
Oh no,
you go,
it was the northwest corner. That's what it was.
that's the thing that always scares me. Anytime there's a hotel where the door opens directly out to the, you know what I mean? Like there's no hallway. You just opens directly
right
out
to the parking lot. Number
park
one,
right in
if
front
you
of it,
leave, your
yeah.
shit's getting ripped off.
Yes.
Wasn't that the difference between a hotel and a motel?
I
think
don't
hotel,
A
know.
hotel has hallways.
right, and motel.
A
you
motel has
motor-
a parking lot.
right.
That is the hallway. Yes, that's a part that I never understood.
Hall away.
Right, that you open your. It's like being in a house that's on a slab where you open the door, you're at the same height as the driveway. You just feel.
Those are the hotels that you rent when you're in high school to have hotel parties.
Yeah.
See, I never
You
went.
don't do it at like a Hampton Inn. You do it at piece of
Sick.
shit Beachcomber.
A place where
Yeah.
you can check out the other rooms on the
No,
hotel thing.
Full circuit.
That wouldn't cost too much.
Yeah,
Right.
we're talking about like the $50 a night ones.
See,
Everybody kicks in $10 and you have a huge party.
Yeah.
I never did that either when I was
Because
younger.
you were a loser. Anyhow,
Then we-
dude, we
you can
did
use
that
later on.
literally like at least twice a month. We did that in high
Yeah.
school.
We had a
They
guy
were-
in high
they were
school that
there.
He was going to rent a big, huge one of them rent-a trucks, a big one, and the party was going to be in the back of it. And everybody was paying to pay for the rental of it. And they're going to put like 4 kegs in the back and some couches and just drive around and have this big party.
But then
somebody
the
at
guy gets
school-
cocky up front. He slams on the brakes and floors
Yeah,
it.
it would have been a whole bunch
Yeah.
of that. But I think somebody at school said something and the school found out. And then the police found out.
dicks.
And
Dude, see, you couldn't
it
even.
went to hell quick.
You can't
Yeah.
do that anymore, can you? Remember the good old days when you
When you
when
just
you
passed a note.
no when
Yeah.
you touched on something when you could ride around in in the back of someone's truck.
Dude, this
yeah,
was going to
take
be
the
like a
pickup truck.
30-foot box truck. This was going to be gigantic.
Yeah.
No, not as
Take the whole-
parties.
If you were like a coach of a little league team or rainbow league, you could put
The
like
whole team.
13 10-year-olds in the back of your truck and drive down 58
Oh yeah.
and tell them quit throwing stuff.
Don't
Don't let them hang out.
They would
you
go
know.
into the back of your wife's station wagon with the window down.
Oh yeah.
So they could hang
It
out
was
the
no
back,
big
making
deal.
fun
You
of
know.
everybody.
Right. No, I understand.
breathing in all that carbon monoxide.
You're right,
Yeah.
not the station wagon. I'm saying like the truck where they take
yeah.
turns and everybody just like tumbles around in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
You might lose a kid periodically.
We should do that in a van for fun. Everybody sits on a bucket in the back and just.
Yeah, the good
Drinking
old
beer and
days.
driving
Oh
around and-
God, yes.
You guys
And-
ready?
But you know what? We used to be able to. You could get. I don't want to say get away with, but if you got pulled over and you had beer in your car, they'd be like, "Where
Yeah,
you going?
all right,
Home.
all right.
Give us that
Pour it
beer."
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or pour it
They
out. That's
give it
it.
Pour out the open one and put the rest in their trunk. Mind you, that was the '80s.
And they were drinking some of it as they're looking at you. They not
See if
you.
this stuff
They
is
were.
good or not,
That's
Especially if you had the good stuff.
right?
You know.
What's the good stuff? Cold? Is that the good stuff if it's cold?
Anything above like what was that?
Wiedemann.
Old Dutch hams.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, any of those.
I wanted to add, do you guys have, next door, you ever have that one neighbor too? I was going to ask this to you that, okay, when I had my house, my other house, the one that Chucky, you
In
remember
the
that?
allotment, the one you just sold. Kinda?
Yeah, a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I had that house, and I always had this crazy one neighbor that always pissed me off. And it's happening here because the houses are rotating. In other words, the people die off, and either the
Out
kids
with the old, in with the new.
in with the new, and we get these one neighbor that always make me feel like, okay, I go,
You're less of a man.
yes, you look at the lawn and you go, you know what, I'll mow it tomorrow because I'll have the day off or whatever. And the next thing you know, you go in the house and you're, and the one neighbor's out already mowing his lawn, which makes
My lawn needs mowed. I'm hoping this weekend. I
Yeah.
can
which makes
do
you
it.
feel like now I gotta fucking mow my lawn because
Right.
this guy's mowing. Yes, you have to because after his looks nice, yours looks like an
looks like a
abandoned
shell.
house.
Yeah.
Especially if they share a line where the grass is like that
Yep.
much taller.
Yep.
Now, do you, Wayne, mow your own, or do they have? Because do you have HOAs over there where they?
We have HOA, but they only mow the common areas or something, like landscape areas, the entrances and stuff. But there's no because there's a club like a pool and tennis court and stuff.
Right.
And
right.
But everybody's
they don't
in
mow
charge of their own. No.
Okay, because some of them they mow.
Do they at least do snow removal?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. What's a good but he's got a pool and everything else.
And again, we only pay like $400 a year, which is
that's
not bad.
No,
right.
that's dirt cheap. Because I was looking at I've been looking at condos in Vegas.
Yeah.
To maybe retire out there.
Yeah.
And some of the condos I were looking at, the HOA was like $800 a month.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. That's a house payment.
I'm like,
yes.
Won't be looking at that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were, don't get me
I
wrong,
believe
these
it.
places,
I
these
believe it.
condos were badass. I'm not gonna lie, but
Well, we get these
villages in Florida.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys don't have that where the one neighbor makes you feel. So what I would do at my old
I'm probably
house.
that neighbor.
Oh, we still do. Yeah.
Oh, do you still get the neighbor? Well, what I would do, there was a girl at the place where I used to live she was adamant where she always wanted her lawn perfect no matter what. So it was Ken and Barbie.
Okay.
So Ken and Barbie, she was adamant, and she for the audience, she had a nice figure. She would dress in like a bikini and would mow on a tractor.
She mowed the lawn really well. Is that what you're saying?
And she
Ed admired her
if you
technique.
get what I'm saying,
yes,
her lawn was well mowed.
Well
How did
mowed.
You know?
Ed
well
played
mowed
the
lawn.
part of Judge Reinhold in Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
right.
watching her mow the lawn from his bathroom.
God, I don't have that song
right.
queued up. Son of a bitch, Chucky, where was the heads up for that one?
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
So
I'd have had
what I did
cars
was
playing right now.
she would always piss me off because it was that where I'd go, okay, I'm going to mow the lawn tomorrow because it might
Brad,
rain today,
I
but
think
she would be
you're
out.
cute.
She would be out there mowing. So what I ended up doing where Wayne said the lawn difference would be, I would intentionally for 2 rows that like say where the lawn like was this, instead of mowing it even with hers, I would always 2 rows I would mow
Mohawk.
it. I would mow it a little lower. You know what I mean?
there you go.
So
Just to watch her OCD go into full effect.
and she would go insane. And so I would then, so since she'd see it and then would go back out and remow her lawn, but lower the deck slightly. So then but I only did it for 2 rows. You know what I mean? So it looked like it was feathered. You know what I mean? Where my lawn was up to normal height, and except for 2 rows. And so I'd see it, and then I would go back out again the next day, a little lower again, until finally she was like mowing and dirt was coming out because I'm like, would you just give it a break? And she didn't think I'm mowing the lawn every day. Isn't that odd? You know what I mean? And
Right. This stuff is growing like weeds.
well, we're getting it around here. We're getting these neighbors that make you, and it does. I don't know why it makes me feel like I'm inadequate as a well.
Ed, your lawn is long enough you can pluck a piece and stick it in your jaw like the cowboys used to do with that big long.
Yeah, it's already like reseeding itself.
What is the long? Have you guys ever mowed and your mower shuts down?
It bogs down.
Yes. Yes.
You have?
Dude,
Okay, I don't feel
literally
bad.
like the first probably month of every mowing season, I have to bag my grass because it grows so fast, and I can only do like 3 passes, and I got to empty the bag, and it takes me like an hour to mow my dinky front yard.
Now, why do you bag it? I'm curious.
Because the grass is so long, it would look like furrows.
Yeah. It doesn't smother any growth, kind of.
Well, don't you take it and you put it underneath? We used to do that. My dad would take the trimmings and put it under. Who did that? Under
What, like
the bushes.
shitty mulch? We don't need mulch. We got grass clippings.
Yeah, dead grass.
It'll do the same thing.
Same thing.
Ain't gonna get no weeds in the garden.
My dad would do that. We would take all our lawn trimmings and put it under the bushes because he said it's going to break down anyways, and turn it like a Chuck's face.
I've seen your lawn, Ed.
Yeah.
You got 150 cubic foot fire pit in your backyard.
Yeah.
That's another. Here's the problem. We do have. Gary's not kidding. Audience members, what it is
He burned a picnic table in it one day.
Whole. People were actually still eating on it.
The neighbors, they want to know where the hell the table went.
Why is it so hot here, Dad? Shut up and eat your bologna.
I do have a fire pit I made out of cinder blocks. All right, then I just
432 cinder blocks.
It's almost like a grain silo. You light a stick and throw it into the bottom.
I got the cinder blocks for free, so I built this. But see, they weren't made for fires. They were just made.
Are they all cracking now?
Oh, are they crack? Yeah, they
weren't made to be decorative or for fire or for anything.
Right, he just took them because they were free.
Yeah,
that's Ed. That is Ed right there. Yeah. It's free, I'll take it.
There's no different colors.
No. And this is the funny part. My brother and I just kind of stacked them in a way, and then there was a bottom.
No mason on earth would ever do.
And we stacked it so that the bottom row there was air holes that would suck in air for the fire.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right,
that's okay.
Now
that's
you're
okay.
engineering it, dude.
We did.
Yeah.
However, because they weren't like fire brick, they all started cracking and crumbling and crushing down.
Well, it wouldn't be because you poured like 4 gallons of gasoline on the
as an
picnic table
accelerant
every time you lit it on fire.
Wait a minute. Some of that accelerant I got from Gary under glass.
Come and get more. Come and get more. I got like 6 or 7 more gallons of like bad gas for you.
Do you know what he did? He gave me these like radiator fluid bottles filled with unknown liquid. And
They
he goes,
were in real gas cans because I got like too many of them.
He goes, make sure.
You can have the gas cans.
He goes, make sure you burn it at night because it might smoke. That's what he said. He says, burn it at night because it's going to smoke. You know?
It will. Some of it was back when I had jet skis, Chuck.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. If anything, the oil in it will burn.
That's it, right? That's what I said. Do it at night.
Yeah.
You might get one of those 747s coming over to drop that pink dust on your house.
The next show we do, Ed's going to be dyed pink.
Oh God, dude! That thing
is Air Fire Rangers.
I got that. Like I said, the goddamn neighbor. It's driving me insane. That, and I wanted to ask you guys. I went to this, and it's something that just, when I mean it, torqued me, because I see it, but I'm trying to be nice about it inside. I'm trying not for God to punish me too much. So what we have for the audience, we have this. It's a, I don't know if it's family called Fligner's. It's a nice. Grocery store.
Grocery store, yeah. Do
you consider it family run or no? What
I think it is.
It absolutely is.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a family run or not.
Generational.
Old man Fligner's boy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
I have no idea.
I don't either. Old man Fligner's son.
It is for sure, Ben.
And I like the grocery store. They sell a lot of ethnic food, Goya products, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, it's awesome. They got a big meat counter. The whole we talked about it before.
It's the biggest in the nation. Yeah.
Right. For the audience, we've talked about it because it was a wall of meat, and then but this recently has been over and over. I go there because you can buy little pre-made meals and stuff like that. I get it from my mom.
They're really good too.
Yeah, very good.
However, what I don't like is you go to the damn register and they have kids, whatever, not kids, younger people,
teenagers,
packing.
Adults.
Yeah,
this is a good thing. I know where you're headed, but go ahead.
Right, packing. All right, and that's fine. I can handle that.
Packing.
But what I don't like is they say this, like, well, they're packing the groceries and they go, "We'll take it to your car for you."
They do that, yeah.
And I go,
"You can say I got it, and say no, thank you, because then cheap ass Ed doesn't feel obligated to tip." It's exactly where he's going.
Wait a minute. You're not completely accurate. There's parts of that
I think he's
that are
100%
true.
accurate.
So,
There's sections of it that he's accurate, but not all.
You don't
of
want
this.
to do it because you don't want to tip. Is he correct in that statement?
No, it's not. It's not complete. No, it's wait. So what it is there's times that they'll say, "Well, I'll go." It's like only 3 or 4 bags.
Right.
I can get it, and they're like, "It's no big deal." So no, it's okay. I mean,
Like, come on, old man, money.
because I'll have my
Got your
mom,
bags, sir.
I'll have my mom there, and
In the cart.
So what you're saying is they're actually helping you out,
Yeah,
but you don't want to admit it to the point where you have to reach.
in your pocket.
But they are helping you. Like I will get one bag, and if he wants to carry out, I'm more than willing to because I want to give him a couple bucks. I'll even get change before I leave so that I can tip him.
Now, I'm not saying I don't tip. I do. I do.
We know
but
that. We know that. You're
No,
fair.
you just don't want him to see all those scat magazines on the back seat.
The German dungeon porn. He'll be like, "Oh,
My garage door opener's missing.
Blow-up doll. Got Band-Aids all over it.
There's bike patches all over it. It looks like it's got melanoma,
Yeah.
and it's got a slow leak."
Just throw everything on top of those newspapers. I got to get to that recycle.
So, speaking of recycle and get to it, he's riding around with shit. My dad is cleaning out his house slowly. And he comes up to he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, I got some stuff over here of yours."
No.
All right. I've had this stuff in my car for a week and a half.
Right.
See, wait.
I'm like,
do
I don't know what
you
to
do
do
you
with
take the you don't go to the recycle center, do you or no or
Yeah, I told you I took my old TV to the recycle
Oh wait,
center.
that's different. I thought you meant like weight sit paper.
Paper drive.
Oh yeah, well there's one right at the corner of my street. The dumpsters for recycled paper.
Yeah.
Right at the library.
Have you guys ever right by the library also has a clothes thing where you could take like jackets?
Old outfits?
What do you mean old outfit?
I'm just wondering how many new outfits you got.
Because here I feel bad when I get like extra clothes and I'm going to take them to, instead of Goodwill, you want to donate them to somewhere thinking that they're going to use it to coats for kids or something like that. Because you wonder, do they really give it to them or do they just try and...
I would hope so. I mean,
You hope.
Resell it.
You hope. But have you ever gone there and it's like overflowing and there people put stuff and you're like, well, I drove the whole way.
Dude, there's like one on every block now, though. I mean, there's one by your muffler place. There's one by Lowe's. There's one at Giant Eagle.
Well, I didn't.
There was one at Giant Eagle. We had like 8 bags of clothes one time.
That's
during the big purge of the first COVID wave.
You're going to say it.
Stuffing them in. I'm like,
right.
Doors hanging
And
open.
they weren't taking them.
So
they were like not taking them.
Right. So you feel bad. So you just kind of wedge it in a way that it won't hopefully pop out by the time you're driving away.
Yeah, but by the time you take clothes out, yours will fit in.
There
I'm
you
so
go.
glad you went there because I was away from the microphone for a second when you first said that.
I have never.
It's a two-way street for Ed.
Yeah, he's like out with the old and with the new to me.
Drop 2 off.
There's a place in
Take 3
Cleveland
home.
off of 25th Street that we used to go for the company for rags, and you could buy them by the pound, and they come almost like in a bale of like hay, or straw.
Right, yeah.
Rags,
And
like cleaning rags, or
well, it would be what
Industrial
what
rags.
people would donate like you,
sheets,
and it's not
sweatshirts.
usable. It's too far gone, or it's dirty,
so they
so they
repurpose it as
wash it
rags.
in these huge laundromat type washing, industrial washing machines, and they bale it up, and you buy it by the pound.
You're kidding.
We would buy it for the company, for the paint room, for just rags, shop towels, and whatever. And it was everything from
industrial
underwear
thing. It's
to
everywhere,
jock
yeah.
straps to t-shirts.
You're kidding.
Whatever you
From
got, you got.
Whatever. Cotton was the best, but you didn't always get nice cotton.
Well,
But
it's
listen, when I
expensive.
was
You
young,
buy it by what the grade was.
yeah, right. There's different grades. When I was young, we would get it at the shop. My dad's company was in its newer
Infancy.
state.
Yeah.
And my mom would call us down and say, go through and find anything. You know, we would dig through, and I would find T-shirts and stuff and everything, and then whatever we didn't want was used in the shop. You know, but I would have T-shirts and
Underwear.
I've gotten cool stuff out of it. I mean, you know, who knows how long you've had a cool old T-shirt? It could be the first time you wore it, but it's
Right.
old vintage already. So people
Right.
buy shit like that now. But
Right.
I didn't feel bad about
all
it.
with their feet up and
Yeah, I mean, she would take it home, wash it, and no big deal. I
And
mean,
they're
I
like
didn't get
brand new underwear.
It wasn't like underwear.
Now, would you wait a minute?
Or when we were working, we would put, like old underwear on and stuff over our clothes and work just to be stupid, you know.
now that's cool.
Oh yeah, whole
Okay.
outfits. Oh yeah.
Now, here's an interesting question. Now, there was as a kid that you go to someone's house. Say you guys went to Rangus's house, whatever. Just as a kid, Byron's house, Gary's house. As a kid, you go there. Maybe you got wet, whatever. You would borrow your friend's shirt. Did you ever do
At
that?
my house, you wouldn't.
What do you?
I mean,
Did you ever do? Wait, I'm going somewhere with this. Say you were at your friend's. Would you wear your friend's shirt? I would say yes. The next question is
No, I would drag my wet ass home.
no. Which would you borrow your friend's underwear if you were
No underwear.
Never.
No.
even though it's clean?
No.
Did
would-
you
I've
take
never
baths
and
with
would
your
never.
neighbors, Ed?
No, I didn't take baths with my neighbor. I'm just wondering because
I mean, he
know,
was like 37, and Ed was.
spit water on each other.
What do they call that? False memory syndrome.
You get mouthful of water and spit it on each other, like
in the bath.
slurry. Yeah.
No.
Bath slurry.
Because I know, like say Farmer Ron or something. Farmer Ron.
Polo.
I was over Farmer Ron's house, and I know I borrowed a shirt from him or whatever.
You probably still have them.
Did you do Marco Polo in the tub when you're touching the other person? Is that what you said, Gary? He's like,
didn't say
Marco
anything.
Polo.
Polo.
Ed still couldn't find them.
Yeah.
We had a big tub. And I was very small. No,
The neighbor was very big.
But what I was going to get at was back to the shopping thing. Yeah, and it's not that I didn't tip. Now I would now how much would you tip? I was going to ask this question. Chucky's a big tipper for the audience out there. He'll tip.
Dude, I
if he-
appreciate
He
people
goes to
helping me out.
McDonald's, orders a Coke, he tips
I don't
$5.
tip people at McDonald's.
5%.
$2-3, $2 to $5,
okay.
depending on how much groceries. You know, I didn't do a
have.
percentage,
Right.
But throw the, you know.
Okay, I would, and that's what I do. I'll tip $2 or $3, but
Yeah.
I
All right,
didn't.
Let's say you say, like, for my instance, I had to go buy a new TV a couple weeks ago. There was me, so the kid there helped me load it in the truck, and the TV weighed 80 pounds. You obviously saw that.
Yes.
Would you tip that kid, even though he works at a store that they're like, go help him load it?
Well, here's the thing. That's a trick question. No, I haven't, because I've had people load when I go to Lowe's and load in, bags of whatever into my vehicle.
Because they break the bags open. Those are the dumbest fucking assholes in town. They should pay you so you can go get your car detailed after they're done.
I don't think I've ever tipped like someone helping me load like at Best
See?
Buy or anything.
I have.
They crap at
I have.
Costco
I haven't,
once.
but maybe I haven't had the right, like if Chuck said really need the help and they really hooked you up and you.
Yeah. I mean,
a
the
lot
thing
of
weighed
it
80
is-
pounds.
Sometimes I just honestly don't have, not that I don't have the money, maybe I just don't have cash.
You have a
on
small
me.
change?
You know,
Yeah.
that,
Yes.
I'm not going to give you a 10.
No.
Sorry. I mean, and that's all I
Yeah.
have. Sorry, all I have is hundreds. I'll get you next time.
Yep.
What's this TV going to be good for? 8 years?
Yes.
Dude, you know what I hate?
Yes.
And now I always donate to the people ringing the bells at Christmas time outside the
I
stores.
do too.
I always, if I got change or $1 or whatever. But sometimes they'll catch me on the way in, but they'll mean mug you on the way out.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do it on the way out.
You know what I do? I show 'em my debit card and go, ugh.
You should put the debit card in there. Let him pull a little out of there. You should have got a gift card and given it to him, Gary. That's what you should have done. I agree.
Talk about tipping them guys that load your stuff. I was at one of the local giant wholesale kind of clubs around here, and I took this guy named Ed money to help me because he had this truck.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm listening.
I bought a couch and something else, and it was like a big ass load of shit we're putting in the back, and the guy's out there helping, and he's kind of looking, and I just start talking all weird and gay to Ed like he's my lover. And that dude took off faster than shit.
Huh.
You don't remember that, Ed? We have a lot of parking lot fun. We got to see some of the pictures we have.
Do you know what? I'll post if Gary.
I'd post the pictures, but Ed'll take them down.
No, send me the picture where I was riding the scooter.
Oh, I just saw that today.
Send it to me, and I'll put it.
I changed it.
I'll put it on
the scooter.
on this,
I
on
turned
this
it into
video.
one of those penis fish.
Don't send me the
made
penis
scooter a
fish.
gigantic penis fish, so it looks like Ed's riding this penis fish with handlebars.
Don't send me the penis fish. I was on a scooter. I think I took
Send
it
me
back.
the penis fish.
Please.
The one where how about the one you got the special needs helmet on in my garage?
I'll put that on as well.
That's a good one too.
That's when we were having some fun at Gary's house. I know we're over, and Wayne's got to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
But we're going to be leaving you with Clark's and what the work. Yeah, we can. I'll write that down as a subject for the next show. Wayne working nights. Would that be the subject then?
Yeah.
How long,
I start
are
at
you
10
on nights for?
for like 12 to 15 weeks. So this is my third weekend.
Okay.
It's odd,
So
but it's 10 to 6.
It'll get you into summer.
Yeah, and I really like it.
Do you?
Oh, nice.
Really
Good
like
for you.
it. Yeah.
Good for you. We're going to be leaving you with Clark's, their song Bones, so check that out. The link will be the thing will be at the end of the video, so check that out. Go like, share, subscribe. You're right, that's right. You're listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is edmoneylive.com, where it's real people, real conversation about life. You know, I'm listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck, who was just breathing.
We'll see ya.
There it is. There it is. Right below me is Gary under glass. Now Monk.
Monk. Don't make me get the voice out.
I love the dog one. And right over here, always keeping us in balance and check us A1 continuity. Audience members, thank you for all the things you do. Check out all the links. Check out all follow us. Again, like, share, subscribe, comment. That really helps out. Sorry, I was a little gassy on that last one. Always remember that you are a somebody, and don't be materialistic because it gets you.
And after that,
we are out of here. I'm leaving it in.
listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.